Good morning, or should I say good afternoon, or good evening, depending on wherever you're at in the world. Hey, Jonathan. Hey, Denise. Let's wait and see. I tried to time this around the Daryl Brooks trial because the judge had to read like jury instructions, but he got kicked out of the courtroom like three times before within an hour and a half of getting started. So I think she's reading instructions now, which is always boring. But I've been watching that case, so I tried to time this when they would take a break or jury instructions should be done by now, but of course they're not because, well, Mr. Brooks continuously sits in the other room waving his hands in the air like he just don't care. Hello, Carla. Hope you're feeling better. The weather here has been really, really nice, but it's starting to rain now, which means it'll probably get cold. I mean, it's been beautiful fall weather. Hey, Diamond Cutter. I'm just going to touch on some things that have been going on YouTube that I personally, well, I titled it Secondhand Embarrassment, but I really don't care. It's actually kind of entertaining to me when I'm not watching my trials and I can click over and see what's going on YouTube. But there's a couple of things. And let me go ahead and put a disclaimer out there, okay? Hey, Moonchild Pink. Let me go ahead and put a disclaimer out there. I do not need five lives telling me to mind my own business. Hey, profiling. Yeah, I've been watching the whole trial. The man is nuttier than a fruitcake. But I do not need five lives telling me to mind my own business because let's face it, no one on here minds their own business. If they did, we'd have absolutely nothing to talk about. So I really don't need it. Hey, Christy. Hope you're doing good. So I'm going to talk a little bit on, hey, Speak Truth. Thank you. Thank you for abiding by my disclaimer. I mean, there's nothing more aggravating than to have somebody go live and say, why don't the truth mind her own business? Why is she always sticking her nose in everything? It's YouTube, and that's what everyone on here does. Good for you, Christy. Good for you. My son's got 2 weeks. I actually called and checked on him yesterday at the treatment center, but so it's been kind of a quiet 2 weeks, which, you know, always waiting for the other shoe to drop, but good for you, Christy. But I'm going to start with Manda, Manda Lynn. I didn't think it could get more embarrassing than you want to spend your birthday talking about Laura. When Laura's a pretty common topic with you, but it did get more embarrassing when you got up on a panel and made nice with voiceless, known to some of us as the smiley face killer. Now, I didn't expect you to get on that panel and have a battle with her. That wasn't your panel. You respected Queen Bee's panel. But I have no problem getting on a panel with somebody I don't like and either totally ignoring them or just flat out saying, I don't like you. But let's go back and talk about the things that Voiceless has done, which has caused numerous live streams. Okay. First, let's go back to the fake vaccination cards. Do we remember this? Hey, Lab. Let's go back to the fake vax cards that she has since denied, but the proof is out there. Do we remember how many live streams were done about this woman, this, I'm sorry, in my opinion, nutcase? Hey, Jennifer Marie. How many live streams were done based on the fact? I hear you, speak truth. And I even have a shitty birthday. It's in the dead of winter. But how many live streams were done based on the fact that this woman created fake vaccination cards? And how offended some people were because they actually lost somebody they loved to the virus. Do we remember this? Do we remember just a couple weekends ago where there was a live stream done on Voiceless because of the horrible things she said about Natasha Cooper's daughter and how she hoped she ripped from asshole to toenail giving birth? And do we not remember this? But then, Mander, you get up on a panel and you don't ignore her. You don't fight with her. You actually damn near do kumbaya with her. Minus the fact that the song was Love Can Build a Bridge. Now, I don't know about you, but if that woman had spoke or affected, oh, Jennifer Marie, Voiceless has said some of the most vile things. Sweet Melissa, it was on Queen Bee's panel. And again, I don't expect Mander to go up there and just totally disrupt Queen Bee's panel. But the smiley face killer, I would almost swear she eats puppies for breakfast. That woman is so mean and so vile. And then when they broke out singing Love Can Build a Bridge and Mander just giggled all the way through it. That's where my embarrassment lies with you, Mander. Because, number one, you've always defended Natasha. And the things she said about Natasha's daughter were disgusting. You've always defended Diane. And Diane lost her mother to the virus. That's just what we call her sometimes, just no more chit chat behind the scenes. Because she can sit up there and she can say some of the most vile things and have a smile on her face. Hello, Domino Queen, Sunnyside, Jennifer Marie. Lab. Sweet Melissa. Okay, so there you go, Mander. Totally secondhand embarrassment for you. Not because you wanted to spend your birthday talking about Laura, because, well, who cares? You talk about Laura all the time. But because you got on a panel and you made nice with the likes of Voiceless. I know, Denise. I put a disclaimer out. I really don't need any labs. I really don't. So let's move on to the next stage of fuckery that is going on here on the tubes. Science Girl, Alicia, Molly Golightly, Marissa, What in the Sam hell are you two doing? Marissa, you cannot post pictures from 10 years ago. Right, Sunnyside? And try to make people believe that's you now. We've seen your ass. I mean, literally. We seen you. We saw you in Northport, Florida in your tights. We saw you in the hollers of Tennessee in your Spanx or in your spandex, your leggings. We've seen your ass. We know it doesn't look like that. So, Marissa, you're going through menopause. Get over it. Your ass is getting big. It's just, it is what it is. And Science Girl, Alicia, what is wrong with you? Why must you spend so many hours trying to convince people what a beautiful on the outside person you are? Hey, Amanda T. I don't understand. I don't get it, Alicia. What does it matter? Hey, Mama T Belly. You two sound ridiculous, but I will give you credit. It does give people a good laugh. Now, Science Girl, for a long time, you've been using this one picture that occasionally you show. Okay. And hey, listen, your makeup is on point, your hair is on point, your face is gorgeous. But I've always thought from the first time I saw that picture that maybe it's a bad angle or something, but your head is way too big and you look like a bobblehead. Now, I watched Makeup Mobster break down Molly's alleged photoshopping. I don't believe it was photoshopping. I believe it was a picture of Molly from 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And maybe it's just a bad angle, Alicia. But the one picture, you always post this one picture. And I understand why. Because, like I said, your makeup is on point, your hair is on point. But bad angle or something, because your head is too damn big in that picture and you look like a bobblehead. Right, MGL trying to pull that booty and body off. Molly, not happening. Not today. Not this year. Not last year. Maybe a few years ago, but not happening now. And the going back, constantly going back. Who looks better than who? Who looks better than who? Who cares? I don't care if you're shaped like an S and have chin hairs. If I like you, I like you. If I don't, I don't. If I don't care, I don't care. Yes, Molly will never lose people because when she loses them, she just gets more. Yes, a lot. Science Girl does have talent. She has her photography, she has her candle making. Nobody cares. But it's comical to watch you two go back and forth almost on a daily basis about looks. Nobody cares. I don't know anybody who supports Molly who would say, well, I'm not going to support her anymore because she has a big fat ass. And I don't know anybody that supports Science Girl that would say, well, I'm not going to support her anymore because she looks like this or she looks like that. They all sound ridiculous. It is ridiculous to come on here, hey, Sarah, and argue about physical appearance, trying to prove you are prettier than the next person, is not only ridiculous, but downright shallow. Dare you speak truth with love. Hey, RK. Thank you. So, done with them. Now, let's move on to Randy and Mommy Ramblings. Now, Randy, you can threaten to come over here and put your boots on my neck, but I'm not going to call the police on you because I don't believe you're going to do that. Okay? But the threat that you made, you did take it too far, Randy. Hey, Lindsay. And now you're on panels trying to downplay it. The minute that came out of your mouth, I was like, oh, this ain't going to be good. But by the same token, Carolyn, Mommy Ramblings, take your finger off of the speed dial to your local police. Because no matter what Randy said, and Randy, you did take it too far. You even specifically said, and when we strike, I don't mean strike a YouTube channel. So you took it off YouTube when you said that. And it could have been easily solved. All Randy had to do was go live and say, I was pissed off and I made a threat and I shouldn't have. And all Mommy Ramblings has to do is move her phone a little further away from herself so she's not tempted to call the po-po every time someone says boo. If you have an accident, just know it was me. Isn't a threat, peeps. Sit down, stand down, and shut the fuck up about it. Yes, because by saying that, you can't, you want, hey, Zero, you wanted Mommy Ramblings to read into your thoughts. And you can't expect people to do that, Randy. If Brian St. John would have made that exact same threat, or if I would have made that exact same threat, there would have been a whole freaking come apart on YouTube. But because it was Randy, and everybody knows Randy's a good old girl, that's what's been written in the comments. Everybody knows Randy's good. Everybody knows Randy wouldn't do that. Christmas is coming, let's not forget. It's going to get here. Yes, leave the phone alone, Carolyn. You don't call the police every time somebody says boo. Randy was not going to get in her car, drive clear across the country, and cause you harm. Brian threatened to give me a dirt nap years ago. Did I really think Brian was going to leave Ohio? And this is back before he drove. Catch a bus, come to Florida, and give me a dirt nap? No. Hey, Mel D, did I have to pick up the phone and call the police on him? No. Exactly, Sarah. I think MRB is a straight loon, but I was also surprised that Randy did threaten her like that. Me too. So there is no downplaying the threat. Randy, you made it. It was obvious. Carolyn, put the bat phone away and quit taking everything so literal. Now, the other night they did a panel and said, Wendy, one win, says, we're just giving the ex Ramblers a place to go that's safe. Okay, we're going to turn back time a little bit. Remember when Diane said the same thing about Laura's first group of Patreons leaving? If you're hanging with a group of people or a creator that you're actually scared to leave, then you need to check your own personal inventory. I never feared leaving Laura. Hey, Zero. Hey, Melody. I never feared leaving Laura. So, all this hype about we're giving people a safe place. I don't know nothing about that, Leah. I don't watch Mommy Ramblings. I just don't think picking up the phone and calling the police when people say boo, knowing that Randy was not going to leave her state and go and hurt her. But the threat was real. The threat was over the line. Didn't see the issue, but MRB has over 200 to 400 on another channel every night for hours repeating their insults from years ago. Yeah, like I said, I don't know. I have my own personal opinion why Randy and them jumped on the Mommy Ramblings thing, and it was for subs. That's my own personal opinion. Now, they can say they're giving them a safe place to go. I think that's bullshit. How is it any safer in Randy's chat than it is in anybody else's chat? It's not like Randy has armed guards watching her chat. But I call bullshit. Just like I call bullshit on when Diane said she was giving Laura's ex Patreons a safe place to go. Exactly, Sarah. I agree. The threat was empty but sounded bad. MRB is nuts for calling the cops. Totally agree. Totally agree. So let's move on. People. What is the end goal that you all want? And I'm going to give Starlight a kudos here, a shout out, because Starlight asked that Amber chick what her end goal was with this Michelle Sabate. Okay. So, well, she needs to settle down, Moonchild Pink. Take a break. Because if you're that wound tight that you're going to take everything somebody says as a threat, but, or take a threat that seriously. I mean, it's not like Randy came right out and said, that's it, I'm coming to your house and I'm going to kill you. Right. Safe places do not exist on the internet. Leah, I got to agree with you. I'm giving Starlight props, and that don't happen often because, well, I can't stand her. But I'm giving her props for calling that Amber chick out. Because that Amber chick is so far up Michelle Sabate's ass that it will take the jaws of life to remove her. Now, I want to know why no one is calling out Jenny Jen Jen, who every time Michelle Sabate hits the live button, Jenny Jin Jin, on her backup channel. Right. Log off or chill out. But every time that woman, Michelle, go now listen, when I first heard Michelle speak is when she said those horrible things about her addict son. And right then it clicked. Click, 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 click. I don't really want to mess with this woman. Hey, Jonathan. I don't really want to play games with this woman because, in my opinion, she's not totally stable. So I was able to take a step back and say what I had to say about what she said about her son. And then I was done with it. But I watched Jenny Jin Jin the other night, and she goes every single time Michelle goes live. That is Jenny's content on her backup channel, is Michelle. And in her stream were people who were threatening to call the hospital that Michelle allegedly went to. I mean, name the hospital and everything. Life Rewinded even made a comment about her having a stroke. Now, Vinny, they all became friends with Michelle. They all wanted a piece of Michelle when Michelle had it out with Molly Golightly. They all wanted a piece of her. Vinny became her panel partner. But then she said something nasty to a girl with cancer. So Vinny decided she didn't like her anymore. Or he, sorry. Sorry, Vinny. He decided he didn't like her anymore. But yet, Diane has screamed, fuck St. Jude, and they still support her. So I don't understand that. But back to Michelle. What is your end goal, people? Hello Starlight was right when she asked Amber what her end goal is with Michelle. I mean, are you all going to go spend the night in her house? Are you going to rent out her Airbnb? Do you really care if that critter was a rat or a gopher or whatever? Because she plainly admits she leaves her back door open so her dogs can come and go. So, what do y'all want to see happen to this woman? Do you want to see her hurt herself? Because I don't want to see anybody on YouTube hurt themselves. I don't care how I feel about them. But if we're going to call out Amber and them, who, which don't get me wrong, this Amber chick has gone so far into Michelle's life that, and Michelle, shame on you because you were the first one to go real life when you dug up Molly Golightly's freaking deed to her home or whatever. So you had to know it was going to come back tenfold. Or did you? Well, I personally think sitting in a chat on a whole different channel, saying she's a liar, she's a liar, she's a liar, she's a liar. Who cares? Who cares? But you're right. Digging into a child's death, I personally think the woman is already in a dark place, and I don't think it's going to take much to push her into an even darker place, regardless of my feelings about her. Because I made up my opinion the first time I heard her speak. I didn't want a part of it. But it seems like people in this community find the most vulnerable that they can find and just chew them up. No, this place is not for her at all. But we can't hardly tell her she can't have a YouTube channel. And people have tried to tell her, quit giving so much information about your life. But just because she does it and you can go into her real life doesn't mean you should. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. And again, there's a lot of people on YouTube that I don't jive with. I'm not going to get on a panel with them and sing Love Will Build a Bridge. Exactly, profiling. If I get on a panel with somebody I don't like, I either one, try to ignore them, or two, I flat out tell them, I don't like you. And these are just observations I've made over the last few days of what's gone on YouTube because I've had my nose stuck in a trial where the man is loonier, I mean, nuttier than a fruitcake. I know profiling. I don't understand it. So that's why I appreciate the fact that Hello Starlight asked Amber what is her end goal. Now I'm asking Jenny Jen Jen and everybody else sitting in that chat, what is your end goal? What is the end goal when it comes to Michelle Sabate? All of you, not just Amber. Okay, she said some nasty stuff. She lies. She has a rodent in her house. What is the point in pushing it? Because I can honestly tell you, if I ever felt, if I ever felt in my heart of hearts that I played a role in somebody self harming themselves or causing harm to themselves on YouTube, I would quit. I would walk away. I would absolutely walk away from this platform because that would never, ever be my goal with anyone on here. No one. So I don't understand it. I don't understand it. You know, I've even asked why did Vinny and them turn on her? Oh, because she spoke poorly about a girl with cancer. Okay, that's bad. That's horrible. But yet Diane has got up and screamed, F St. Jude. No, it doesn't work that way, people. You don't get to pick and choose. Well, I mean, you can pick and choose, but then there's always somebody that's going to go on their panel and call you out. Again, like I said, I'll probably get 5 lives about this telling me I should mind my own business. Well, I'm not minding my own business because it's YouTube. It's just like the tragedy pimps. Only certain people are called tragedy pimps when so many are making money off of these cases. Vinny recently also said, yes, I heard that. So for Vinny to stand up and say, F St. Jude, you got a problem with the woman being mean to a girl with cancer? I don't get it. It's just like, well, this one's a tragedy pimp, but this one's not. Why? When they're all making money off of a murder case or off of a missing child case or off of whatever. Hi, Marley. Christmas is coming, guys. There's going to be a lot of bobbing for donos. There's going to be a lot of, I'm in a bad space right now. Well, I got to be honest with you. Financially, I'm not in the best space. But right now, my son's at treatment. He's 2 weeks in. So my mind's getting a little bit of peace right now. And for those that aren't, I'm I'm sorry. I hope you find peace. Mel D, that's a lot of people on here. That just depends on um yeah, I don't get too excited though, you all, because I won't let myself, well, I do. I actually, he said he'd call me Monday, and when he didn't call yesterday, I picked up the phone and called. And he was in group. And I was like, look, I just wanted to know he was still there. And then he ended up calling me and asking me to send him candy, which I will do. Yeah, yeah. It's been a peaceful couple weeks compared to the last day he was out on the streets. It was horrible. But I'm not going to go into it because I'm not going to have it used against me. But just trust me when I say it was a horrible day. And it's the same day that I lost my therapist because she went into another field. So, like I said the other day, buckle up, folks. It's going to be a bumpy ride. I don't get my new therapist until December 19th, I believe. And yes, I do have a therapist. There's no shame in my game. He's up north, Leah. I'd just soon not say where he is because people have a tendency to go into people's real lives around here. And I wouldn't want his sobriety affected by my YouTube. So I appreciate you. And I'll send him some candy. I've always heard that when you're detoxing, that you crave candy. I don't know, but if candy will keep him where he needs to be, then candy it shall be. It's nothing to be ashamed of, Amanda T. I grew so close to my therapist that I literally cried. Thank you, Speak Truth. I literally cried when she told me she was moving into a different field of mental health. Uh, I wish more people would admit that it's okay to need help. Because I'm in the position I'm in right now because I spent my entire life thinking that it's embarrassing to need help. Hey Mandy, Daria, when it comes to my son, if that's what you're talking about, me and my therapist don't always agree. And well, she's not my therapist anymore. God, I'm gonna miss her. But we don't always agree. I mean, she tells me her professional opinion. It doesn't mean that I agree with it. We don't always agree on a lot of things, but that's okay because I know anything I tell her it's with her. I can tell my deepest, darkest secrets. Well, not anymore. Now I got to get a new one. But either way, the leaves are falling off the trees right now. The wind is blowing, and it is so pretty. And I ain't turning my camera on because the last time I did, hey Dova, I got two nasty screenshots of me and not Maggie, which I was trying to show you all. Maggie is about, okay, you know how big Sam is. They were side by side earlier, and Maggie's about 4 to 5 inches shorter than Sam at the withers, which is, she's pretty big. Yep, me too, Zero. Me too. No, there is nothing wrong with seeking help. And there's a lot of people on here that could benefit from it. Hey, Carla. I think I already said that. Hey, Bailey. There's a lot of people, not only on YouTube, but just in the general world, that could really benefit. But I spent my whole life, suck it up, buttercup, pull yourself up by the bootstraps and move on. That's how I was. I won't say that's how I was taught or raised, but that's just how I was. I never even dealt with my cancer. Like I said, the doctor came in and said, "You have cancer." I said, "Okay, I need a year and a day." He kind of started laughing at me because of the time limit that I put on it. But I didn't deal with it. They said we're going to cut it out. You're going to do chemo, blah blah blah. It's like, all right, let's get this ball rolling. I got shit to do. I never dealt with it. I never dealt with my own mortality because when you get that diagnosis, when you get the big C, most people begin to think of their own mortality. Oh my God, am I going to be here? Am I going to be here to see my son do this? Am I going to be here to see, make sure, Lolly's taken care of because Lolly was still alive back then. Back then, uh, you know, um, but none of that crossed my mind. It just didn't. I just went straight into cut it out. Give me the poison that you're going to give me and let me get on with my life. So I never dealt with it, according to my therapist. I don't know what I was supposed to do. I guess I was supposed to try to think and face my own possible mortality. I don't know. But that's not how I reacted. Sorry. And obviously, the way I reacted was not healthy, according to my therapist. And I don't think there's any shame in anybody seeking mental health, especially nowadays. But I did want to come live. I did want to give my opinion on some situations that's going on around here. Marissa, science girl, stop. You both look ridiculous. Laura, don't threaten people. with people that don't even like you? Why would you threaten Mander with Jim Terry when the man can't stand you? And oh, by the way, Monkey Mar, you little two-faced bitch. Stay away from my chat. Do not talk to me. Do not come around me. My name didn't come up in Mander's birthday bash until you brought it up. You're a sneaky little bitch, Monkey Mar. Now, what you said was just a joke, all cool, whatever. But you've been a sneaky little bitch from day one, from the day that you set up that private live stream and wanted everybody to go in there. And Carla can vouch for me because she was there. And you did that petition to get TNT offline and used your deceased sister's name. And you still won't admit to it. And you know you did it. And I told you then what you were doing was ridiculous, that no petition was going to get anybody offline. So just stay away from me, Monkey Mar. I was giving you credit when you went up on Michelle's panel and you told her to ignore what people were saying about her, blah, blah, blah. But you're sneaky. What you do is you have your channel, your true crime channel, and you do really good at it. But when you want in the drama, you don't want it nowhere near your channel. You just want to go on other people's channel and cause it. Yes, I have time today, Mel D. Not really. I'm going to get off here shortly because I'm going to go check on my trial. So just stay away from me, Monkey Mar. Just keep my name out of your gibs. I don't talk about you. Leave me alone. That birthday live was moving along perfectly fine until you had to bring my name up. And I will give Mander credit. She moved on about it. They laughed. They had a good laugh and they moved on. They didn't dwell on it. Yeah. Giving pictures of Lord. Yes. So that Jim Terry could make t-shirts. I'm telling you, Monkey Mar is a sneaky little bitch. And I've known this since the private StreamYard that she begged me to come into. And then come to find out she was making a petition to get TNT offline and using her deceased sister's name to do it. Carla was there too. And I told her she was an idiot that no petition ever got anyone offline. And she continues to lie about it. I didn't sign that petition. Yes, she gave him the photo. Oh, you all, if you get bored, I'm telling you, you got to go check out the Daryl Brooks trial. This man has put up a cardboard box fort because yes, she blamed you, Carla. Yes. It was not you, Carla. I was there. You were there. Thank you, Mel D. Thank you. Chance will appreciate that. But if you want to get shits and giggles out of a trial, you talk about a kangaroo court. And so many people are picking at that judge. I know, Daria. It's a very sad case. But so many people are picking at that judge. And I'm telling you, she's doing the best she can to avoid a mistrial. Oh, I didn't know she was pregnant, Amanda T. Well, then I take back my statement that she's probably going home and having a cocktail after work because I really planned this live. I thought, well, I'll go live at noon. That way she'll already have read the jury instructions, which are boring. and they'll break for the day. No. Mr. Brooks had to come in, get thrown out, come in, get thrown out, come in, get thrown out, waving his arms in the air like he just don't care while he's sitting in a whole nother courtroom. Really speak truth. Okay, I'm not a big HD Tudor fan, but that's something. That's something if he's covering him. Now I'm going to have to check that out, speak truth. Right. One minute he can hear, the next minute he can't hear. Ignorance is no excuse when it comes to the law. And the sad thing is the state themselves have gone above and beyond giving him their evidence so that he could use it. They don't have to do that. Oh yeah, when he built his little cardboard box, little, I think Marianne called it a fort. I'll give her credit. She said that. This man is nuts. And I'm telling you I'm telling you right now, he's probably sitting there right now writing his appeal. But can I please tell you, if they offer you an attorney, which everybody in the United States is entitled to, take it. Take it. Especially in this is not a speeding ticket. This man killed 6 or 8 people and injured over 70. He chose to defend himself. It is his responsibility to uh, submit his own evidence. And he waits until jury instruction to start crying, "Hey, I didn't get a chance to put my evidence in." Too late, buddy. He couldn't even manage to call his mother to the stand. This judge gave him like 3 days to call his mother to the stand because that was like he needed her because she gave him paperwork on how that particular uh, make and model of the car had a recall against it. But in reality, it didn't, not that year. And the state put on an expert to say the car was gone through with a fine tooth comb. There was absolutely no malfunction with the throttle or the brake or anything. So, yes, it is a horrible case for the state of Wisconsin. I know. He called witnesses that were on the prosecution side. Yeah, he tried to cause, I mean, he's caused, this is probably the most chaotic trial I've ever watched, ever. And I really honestly thought that the case of Jessica Chambers was the most bizarre thing I'd ever seen in my life. Because not once, but twice did a jury come back with guilty. But then once the judge began to poll the jury started screaming. I know, Artria. You know she's having fun with it too. You know that judge is just sitting there going, "Mute, you motherfucker. I'm going to mute you." I mean, that's her only, and everybody's getting on the judge. I don't think she could be more patient or more trying to keep this from going into a mistrial than what she's done. She has practically begged this man to quit killing his own defense. Hey, Catchroll. But you know she's digging being in charge of that mute button. But I just came live to shoot the shit. Like I said, don't get my therapist until December 19th. Could be a bumpy road. Um, Hope you guys, if I don't talk to you, oh yeah, Jessica Chambers was awful. But he's getting ready to go on trial for killing that Mandy chick. So, uh, Quentin Tellis is. So, I hope they televise it. But when you get to the same jury, come back twice, they've been told unanimous, and they come back twice, and both times when the judge reads the verdict, people shout out, "Well, I didn't say guilty. Well, I didn't say this." I was like, "Oh, geez, for the love of all that's holy, have we forgotten how to run a courtroom?" But I wish you all the best. Hope you have a great day. Have the day you deserve. I hope you're all feeling well. Spend some time with your fams if you can. If you can't, be nice to somebody. I don't know who. Somebody out there needs you to be nice. And yes, I gave my opinion on what's going on YouTube. So I fully expect 15 live streams because I gave my opinion. But that's all it is my opinion. I'll see you guys around the tubes. Thanks for coming in, supporting my stream. Bye, guys.